This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On the Breakfast Club.
Lauren came in hot.
You know, I came in telling the truth. So on Friday, Nicki Minaj dropped Pink Friday 2, and we talked about it in here. And Charlamagne, you had some comments that kind of went a little viral. Let's take a listen.
I hate that, this album didn't have a bigger rollout. Like, I'm mad that the album just dropped. Like, we knew it was coming out, but it's Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't even know who she signed to. Universal still?
I'm not sure.
I don't know who she signed to, but whoever she signed to, it's just like, Nicki needed and deserved a bigger rollout.
What did you want? What would it look
record?
like?
Like, she got records on this album. Like, why wouldn't a single come out? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't a big video come out before the album? What'd I say wrong?
You didn't say anything wrong. I think the debate online around this was, do people just underestimate Nicki Minaj, rollout or not? Is she a big enough artist that doesn't need a rollout, kind of like what Beyonce did that time where she changed the game? Or will this hurt her album sales? Now, the album that's been out since Friday, in the first 48 hours, Pink Friday 2 broke a lot of records. So, number one, she broke Spotify's record for the biggest debut of an album by any female hip-hop artist. She's already projected to go number one on the Billboard Top 200 at some point this week. And there are also reports by Chart Data, they normally do a lot of the numbers, that Pink Friday 2 has now sold over 500,000 total units in the U.S.
500,000. I didn't see that now.
Chart
I saw
Data
170,
is saying
190.
So 170, 190 I saw as well too when the album first dropped, and that's what was projected. Chart Data, which I've seen a lot of people reference when they talk numbers, says that she has now sold over 500,000 total units in the U.S. and this is because of Red Ruby the Sleeves and all those other songs that had been out prior to getting on the album.
I wonder how they do that, because usually it's, your album has to sell a certain amount, but your singles sell a certain amount for your single sales. Like your single could go gold, your single could go platinum, but then your album is something different. So do they lump everything together now?
Yeah, so the report what I saw that broke it down was because of like the Red Ruby the Sleeves, what's that other song, the big song that's on the older song? Y'all know what song I'm talking about? The sample. I don't know the name of the song right now, but
with
with Ice Spice?
Oh, that one?
No, that's Red Ruby the Sleeves.
There's another two songs on there that are older that have been out as well that she put on this album, and because of that, it all goes into the overall streams and listens and buys or whatever for the album. So I don't know. All I'm saying is that it seems like Charlamagne, the Barbs came through. She didn't need that rollout.
No, once again, salute to the Barbs. Don't let the record label take credit for what the Barbs did. Now imagine if the record label did a proper rollout. That's the other thing I said on Friday too. Don't leave it up to the artists and their fan bases on social media to just show up. You got to do your job as a label.
That might have been their plan, though. We don't know if that's was their plan.
Though. Imagine being a record label and sitting back and saying, well, she got a cult-like following. They're going to buy it anyway.
As like a quote-unquote surprise album, I guess. I don't know, but they still did well.
This wasn't a surprise album. Nicki's been talking about this album. This wasn't a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise. It was talked about. The date was pushed multiple times. And one of the times it was pushed is because she said she wanted to do like the vinyl covers and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So there was time.
Did the vinyl covers come out and all that?
Yeah, that stuff is all here. Yep, that's one of the things people were quoting. They're like, oh, she did have a rollout. I mean, but it didn't stop us. We didn't feel it. And that's what I think the comments were. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm interested to see what happens with her in that top 200 chart.
And by the way, that's not the first time I've said that about rollouts. I just think rollouts are a lost art. Like, people don't do rollouts like they used to, period. And it is because of Beyonce back in the day dropping that album.
Yeah, surprise album.
All of y'all ain't Beyonce.
Yeah, drop a bomb for Nicki Minaj though. That's dope though. Drop
that
a bomb
song
for
was
the
super
Barbs,
freaky too, y'all. It was super freaky and Red Ruby the Sleeves.
Super freaky.
Because those songs have been out and been going crazy. So then you put them on the album and it goes up.
I saw Barbs posting multiple copies. So they're buying physical copies from places as well. So yeah, we know the Barbs are a cult-like following, but I just want to make sure that all systems are a go at all times, and I want to make sure the record label's doing what they're supposed to be doing for these artists. Because an artist like Nicki Minaj deserves a huge rollout.
Well, we would have to know what went on behind the scenes, but either way, yeah, shout out to her. That's big. In other news, though, 2 Chainz was involved in a car accident over the weekend. He was in Miami for Art Basel and posted video from back in an ambulance. We have a news report.
Rapper 2 Chainz was taken to the hospital after a 3-vehicle crash in Miami. This happened just after 4 this morning on State Road 112, not far from I-95. The rapper did post to social media in the back of an ambulance telling his followers about what happened. And in lieu of this crash, Miami Fire Rescue wants you to be mindful when you're out on the roads of your speeds, especially with Miami Art Week. MFR says 5 to 7 people were evaluated during this crash, but 2 Chainz was the only person transported.
Yeah, so I guess he was leaving Booby Trap and was on the highway headed back to where he was staying. And it appears like a car hit him from behind because all of the injuries were on the front left driver's side. There's a photo of the car. The car is pretty banged up.
It looks pretty bad.
Yeah, he was okay. He did suffer some neck injuries. And there were other cars involved in the crash, as you guys heard. So glad he's okay. But the biggest thing is that police think that the driver may have been under the influence that hit him. And you can imagine, it's Art Basel in Miami, everybody out there partying.
Yep.
So just got to be safe.
Well, salute to 2 Chainz, man. Hope he heals up. If he's hurt.
Same.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that down to?
4 after the hour, we need Shayna Hudson to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with her, man. She is she's a woman from Florida, and she's in the holiday spirit.
Okay.
But
what?
There's 2 types of holiday spirits, and we shall discuss.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.